Hello, hello. So today is all about blue. I put that call out on the live for some blue scraps and some blue orphan blocks. And you guys, I have received the funnest blues. Like I'm so excited to be able to work on some projects. You'll notice here, I'll just thumb through them, and then at the end, I will show some panels that came. I have so many ideas, right? Like, of course, I want to do like a big blueberry, right? Or a big blue quilt, kind of like the Jolly Green Giant and the Pretty in Pink. So yes, one of those will be made. But also, I will insert a picture. I was given just like a cheat sheet of potato chip block measurements. So 2.5, 3.5, 4.5. And I've actually never made a potato chip quilt. And I think some of these will just, they're already telling me, nope, sorry, we want to be a potato chip quilt. Not a big blue quilt. So I'm definitely going to be able to get multiple made. Multiple. Some of these are fat quarters, some of these are long strips, some of these are totally scrappy. I don't think I ran into anything that was smaller than, 1.5 inches, which after being sewn will still give you plenty to be seen. That's fun. So those are all the lovely blues, and then we have panels. Y'all, look at this guy. It's multiple. It's just going to keep going. So I'm going to try to see if I can get, I know I can't get the whole image in, but we will finagle it so that I can at least like slide it. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll start it here. So we have these little blocks, and then we're going to come down and we have this larger image with the dinosaurs and the volcano, and then it repeats. No, yeah, it does. I'm like, wait a minute. Is he the same? Yep. Okay, so then there's 2 of those, 3 of those. So he's super large. These 2 in the middle, almost like the size of a pillowcase. And then you have these little guys down below. So I already know I don't need to put all those into one. I'll be able to work multiple quilts around those. And then this one, oh, I don't know if it's like a wax or obviously a batik, right? But look at the image. There's a lion. There's multiple. So I'll definitely be able to play with those images as like big panel squares or orphan block slots. And then we have, so this one not only has a panel in the center, but it looks like it has a built-in border. So I might be able to just leave this one as is and then build around it with scraps and blocks. So this one is looking like a lake scene. And got the big old fish coming out the water. And then it goes into the trees and the mountains. Super fun. And then I think, do we have 2 of those? Oh, so this one's the same, but smaller, right? Like the throw pillow size panels. So we got the big image, and then again, I can use this as an orphan block slot. Fill things in around it, and then use these edges as fillers and scraps. And then this last one has this really long and skinny image here. And then we're going to hop over, and then we have 2 smaller blocks. I am so ecstatic. I cannot thank you guys enough. You know who you are. Stay tuned, because obviously this video will have something, but there's going to be multiple quilts, multiple videos utilizing all of these. Stay tuned. So what I'm going to do first is work with this brightly colored one, because already I can see some fabrics that I can pull specifically for these panel cuts. And so what I saw was that one. Let's see here, I'll give you guys some more of those colors. That one, which we have twice. Right, so I'm just kind of like pulling out the colors that I think would go. Might not use them all. I do like the idea of the stars and moons, because up here at the top of that panel we have, you know, the universe, the galaxy, all that showing. This one has stars. It's just not the right color. But this one I think goes with one of the fish underwater panels quite nicely. That one has the colors in it. And you see what I'm doing, right? I'm just pulling anything that I think could read and play nicely with the colors in this panel. I really like, look at this one. Okay, that one's got stars. That one's got stars again. Now this one's a little florally, a little Asian, but the colors, right? I'm not looking at the prints other than the stars. I'm looking at the color family, right? So these, and these to me are all in this panel. Even those right back here in the lighters. But this one has those touches from down here. The greens, the pinks, the purples. I call that a great fit. This one's got the galaxy, which again, on the, you know, the panel itself has that built in. And here's another one just in case. So it depends on which one I want to end up using. I already have this grungy blue in here, so I'm going to save this for the water one. And save that one for the water one. Super fun. Okay, I'm excited. The balls are rolling. Save that for the water one too. I can see it from here. It's off to my side. And I'm like, nope, that one's over there. Okay. Let's see what I can come up with. So this larger piece is coming in at 27. $37. That's a pretty good size. So this next one's going to be 27 by 21. And we have 2 of those. And then these little guys are roughly 7.5, 8, right? Depends on how much of that black border I use. They're a rectangle. So let's say 9 by 8. So I think I definitely want to start this first one with a medium. And reason being is that large one, I can end up using a panel, oh gosh, what's that called? A panel pattern specifically for. And in today's video, I kind of want to use some creativity and show you guys, you know, just as I fumble and mumble and make a hodgepodge here. But yeah, that big one, I know for sure I can just pull out, you know, a Villa Rosa panel pattern and work with that one. So what I'm also gonna do is plan on using one of these little guys. Aim to use one. I mean, it's not, you know, a definite yet because I don't know exactly what I'm doing here. Now, all of these go to a local charity sewing group that I meet with once a month. And our goal is to gift, donate, right? Quilts to a foster care and processing building, center, office. I'm not the one that drops off, so I don't exactly know what that building would be called. You'll see here I am going to go ahead and square ourselves up a little. I'm going to use, and I'll show you here. I'm going to get a better angle for you. I'm going to use this bottom line where the black is attached as my straight edge. So I'm going to come up, straighten myself out, make sure I'm still there. And once again, I think I need a new blade. I always say that, don't I? Come to this other side. I am going to line up with the long one since that's what I originally did. And by the looks of it, the top and the bottom are both lined up. And what happens is because, you know, they're digitally printed and then they get stretched to be wrapped and then they get stretched to be folded, and it's just the way it goes. So we'll go ahead and get these edges trimmed up. My ruler is just a little too short, and so when I do this, I line up as much as possible on that straight cut edge and then continue on. Everybody does this differently, so if you don't like how I'm doing it, please do it your way or do it however you've been taught. Or I like to try different ways until, because what might work on this panel might not work on the next panel. You'll see here I have a large gap, but way over there it's only, you know, not even a 1/4 inch. I'm using the straight side that I've already cut down at the base of that ruler as my straight edge. So now we get to measure and see what we're working with. Can you see the whole image? Let's see if I can scoot it. Look how bold and bright and oh, so pretty. All right. Yes, I just called dinosaurs and erupting volcanoes pretty. So we're now at 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 across by Where's my numbers? 10, 20. We're at roughly like 20 and a half across the top. And I am seeing just a slight little wiggle up there. So I am going to fix that real quick, and then we will get started on playing with those scraps. So last month when I went to Charity Sew Day, the tip or trick or pattern of that day was a cheat sheet for potato chip blocks. Now, I've actually never done a potato chip quilt. And so you can get an 8.5 inch block, a 10.5 inch block, or a 12.5 inch block. To get any of those, you pick your desired size, and then you can work your way to what to cut everything at. 2.5 by 4.5, 3 by 5.5, or 3.5 by 6.5. And then you place them as numbered. So even if it was 2.5s, or even if it was 3.5s, you're still going to place them in the same numerical order as the drawn picture. So I think I'm going to do potato chip blocks around that panel. And so what I just need to determine is, do I want them to be 8.5 inch blocks? Let's see what we got here. 10.5 or 12.5. The 12s will obviously give me bigger blocks with a bigger quilt at a faster rate. Right? I mean, that's just without a doubt. That's how that one works. The 8.5s will give me the opportunity to use smaller cuts that I might have, which is helpful. So what you'll see here is I'm just laying out these fat quarters for sure. And this one is actually doubled, so I think I'm going to save him for one of the other quilts. Okay. I don't know if this is a fat quarter or not. Nope, this one is just a nice long piece. All right, so for fat quarters, I believe that is it. Oh, nope, one more. Unless this is a half yard. Oh, it is. This one's so pretty. So this one is a half yard, but for simplicity's sake, I am going to go ahead and cut it in half, and that way I can use the other one on one of the other quilts. Okay. And then when it comes to these little guys, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 fat quarters, which is quite a lot of fabric, actually. And if we went with a 3.5 inch cut, we're going to get 6 strips, which is quite sizable. If we went with a 2.5, we would get more, but then our blocks would be smaller. So let's see what these guys can give us. Treat all of these the same. I'm going to go ahead and use my Magic Premium Quilting and Crafting Spray, which I do enjoy using. It is made by Faultless, so instead of those cans of starch that a lot of us grew up with our jeans and our shirts, which a lot of people use for quilting, Faultless decided to come out with a crafting and quilting spray specifically for us. I do like it because I don't notice like a overspray residue. There's no smell, there's no stick, right? It doesn't seem to be ruining my ironing board or my iron. So I'm going to go ahead and treat all of these scraps with the spray and give them a good press. I'm going to do the same on those fat quarters. Alrighty, all that spraying and ironing is done. So on the table are pretty much fat quarters. Some of them are a little smaller, some of them have a piece cut out of it. That's fine. We're going to reference back to this cheat sheet. I'm going to do everything at 3.5 by 6.5 down the road because I'm aiming for the 12.5 inch blocks. Now, if you had a 60 rotary cutter versus this 45, if you have one, this would be the time to use it. Those bigger blades are very nice going through this many layers. And 6.5. Up next are all the scrappy random cuts. So I'm not going to record this part. It's just going to be a matter of, for example, pulling this one, making a 3.5 inch strip here. Doubt I can get it there, but I can get another one that way. Or I can even go here, get my 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. Either way, I'm just gonna do that to all these fun, beautiful fabrics. I did go through my scrap bin as well and threw some in. So they all are still reading blue. Some of them have flowers, and I am okay with flowers and dinosaurs. Some of them are very geometric and modern, right? Then we go into some of these fun colors down here, which some might say are in the green family, but I am calling this blue because it fits that dinosaur panel lovely. Like, it's amazing, these different colors that were in some of those mountains and grass and plants. That one's fun. All the colors were there. And you'll see here, like, that's a bigger chunk. I probably could have put that into the fat quarter pile, but that's okay. Let me get busy. So those fat quarters and those scraps have all been cut down to 3.5 by 6.5. I have no numbers. I just cut and kept on cutting. My end goal for these is bigger, like a 60 by 80. So I might even run out, and then I would just need to, find some more and cut some more. I'm happy with the colors. I'm happy with the variety. I mean, some of them only have one, but that's okay. Some of them have, 12. I mean, this is definitely going to be very scrappy. And this is a friendly PSA to go clean your machine. Make some bobbins, oil it if it requires it. Change that needle if it's been, 6 months or 2 years. I don't remember the last time I changed a needle, so I probably will go do that. But I did just clean it and oil it and make some bobbins. So again, I'm aiming for a 12.5 inch block using 3.5 by 6.5 cuts in this potato chip style block. So what I'll probably do is maybe just to start, let's say I'll make 20 pairs of the 1 and 2s, and then I'll come back and top it with that 3 and that 4, and then come back. I might even just like bulk make 20, so 40 of these guys, just to chain piece, just to keep it easier. But I definitely will start with just a number that I can remember. I'll aim for 20 here, 20 here, 20 here, and then come back and see what it looks like, and how super duper scrappy, right? Like, this is going to be fairly scrappy. I was able to, for example, this guy was really, really long. I cut it in half, saved the other half for another quilt. This one was super long. I was able to cut that in half and save half. These are the leftovers that didn't make the size. So I'm going to save these for one of the other blue quilts. This one I just ran across. I don't think it goes with this quilt, and these cheater prints are actually sliced off. So what I'm thinking of doing is getting a smaller square ruler, cut these little guys out. Again, that would be a different quilt, but around here nothing goes to waste. So these are going to be saved. And just because you never know, we're all different. But here is something that I did notice. So some of my pieces that were in the fat quarters weren't actually fat quarter size. So when it came to these guys, they're large enough in the 3.5 inch section, but they were too short for the 6.5. So I am going to go ahead and piece them together and get the cut out of them. Same with this one, right? I got the 3.5s when I went to bulk cut. I just didn't get the 6.5. So I am going to take these to the machine, piece them, and then subcut them into the size that I did need. I mean, I could put them in this pile, but this pile is anything that wasn't the 3.5 by 6.5. So I'd rather use these up as the pieces that I know they could be. Okay, so I have 20 of these paired going vertically. And then there's really maybe like 1 or 2 prints that had to be used twice to complete that 20, but no 2 are going to be the same. And then I was able to do 20 of the horizontal for the right hand side and 20 for the left. So this could be potentially 1 block, and then I would just come to my leftover pile, add 1 to the top, add 1 to the bottom, stitch here, and call that block done. This seriously is going to go together so far very quickly, and I have a feeling I'm going to get them finished fairly quickly, because what I'm going to do now is take this whole pile of leftovers to the machine and take the whole pile of these 20 to the machine and just cap the tops, cap the bottoms, press them. I am currently pressing everything open because I really don't have a dark or a light side on these. And then after that, I'll show you guys, and then I'll end up stitching those. There's still tons left. So I think I'll probably just aim to do another batch. I don't know if it'll be a full 20, but we'll see. I did want to point out that I am not trimming anything. I'm not squaring anything off. I have a magnet on my sewing machine, and I'm using my 1/4 inch foot, so I'm very comfortable with that seam allowance. And then that's just totally up to you if you wanted to measure these and square them down or not. So my centers are complete, and on these I actually pressed out. I know I was saying just a few minutes ago that I pressed everything open, and I did, but when it comes to that unit, I did press out to that solid piece. So let's see here. What are we gonna end up with? It's kind of distracting with all those layers. Yeah, that works for me. Super scrappy, no system whatsoever. When I went to go pick up those fabrics, the only thing I confirmed was these weren't touching that, the same, and these weren't the same when I went to sew them. So I will take my left hand side with my stack. Now when I go to sew them, the only time that I will be picky is if one of these 2 or one of these 3. This one and this one can be the same. That's fine with me. It's just these 2 cannot be the same as any of those 3 that it will touch. That's just me. But I think there's enough variety that I won't run into that issue. So far, so good. I am very pleased with how these are turning out. And then wanted to point out that I went back to pressing open. So open on these guys, open on these, to those flat, outside pieces, and then back to being open. So I just need to put on this last side to finish, and then we get to go to the design wall and see what they look like. far, this is what I have on the design wall. I have 12 of the 20 blocks up. And as you can see, on this panel, I'm going to have to add a couple inches to the top and to the bottom so that it matches the same size as 2 blocks. But going left to right, I'm good. I actually, once I piece these two together to get their final measurement, I will then trim the panel to the same size on the left and right hand sides. And then once I piece these two, I can get their final measurement. I'll go ahead and add a piece to the top and the bottom of that panel to make it the correct size. I will put this square together. That way I can work on this as I go. I'll start with that square. I'll reevaluate what I can do with the next 8 blocks and if I need to make more. Since there are 8 blocks left, that already tells me I can do 4 across the top, 4 across the bottom, or 4 on each side. But then I was thinking, if I took one of these little guys, or maybe all 3, and took the extra chips, could I create a block, right? Just a scrappy, fun block utilizing these pieces just in some type of tossed manner to go ahead and throw in a fun guy somewhere on the corner, or you know, down below on the bottom. We'll figure that out. What do you think about this idea though? Is the image in the screen? It's really hard to record the tabletop view because I can't see the top of the camera. And I was thinking, because right on the original block you have this center square. Well, if that became this image, and then just go ahead and grow it somehow. So real quickly, I got the panel down, and just for good measure, I'm adding a 3.5 inch strip to the top and the bottom, and then I'll trim it to what those 2 side pieces are coming up to, which is 24.25. And that way they'll go off to the side and all be nice and squared. Okay, so the strip has been added to the top, to the bottom. It's been trimmed to the same size as those 2 blocks to the right and the left. And then the height, let's see, then the width and the height have been trimmed to the 2 blocks at the top and at the bottom. So however grammatically I need to say that. My brain's not awake yet. So now I'm going to piece the top 2 to the panel, the bottom 2 to the panel, and then take those 4 along the sides and make them into columns and add them on. So I have to apologize real quick for that rainstorm you hear in the background. My sewing room is next to the back porch, and the back porch has a metal roof. So when it rains, it gets really loud right here. So I did go ahead, trimmed one of those small panels to a 6.5 inch square. Now I'm going to come in here and just randomly, you know, throw on these pieces to create another block, since I already know I only had 8 left, but I'm going to definitely need more. So I wanted to see how this looked, and I think that that is really fun. I'd love to hear in the comments if you've made it this far and you're fine with my fumbling and mumbling and working my way through this creative process. Are you a scrappy maker? Does this look and feel like natural to you, or does this make your brain hurt? Or I love scrappy. But I like to say I have a little bit of control to it, right? A controlled scrappy process. When it comes to making sure like two of them aren't the same, or when it comes to when I go to put this next to another block, that's not going to be the same image touching again. But I mean, if you were to look, you know, throw in this image randomly, that is fine with me. When the other blocks are going to look like this, I'm also very like flexible. Like, who knew I was going to throw this in with this batik with this galaxy, right? To me, it's okay. I'm very pleased with it, but I wanted to know what you guys think or feel, or what's your process when it comes to scrappy. Are you just not a scrappy? Do you like to watch it and but you can't make it? All right, give me just a bit and I'll be back. So you'll see here that I have 3 columns, the left, the center, and the right. I'm gonna go ahead and put those together to form a complete square. I did want to pop on and add that in a situation like this with so many seams and length, I will be pinning. I usually would say that the one side with all the seams I keep up top, but both sides have lots of seams. So I'm just keeping the larger one, the one with the panel on the bottom. I'm going to come in and I'll pin definitely where I need to, where those blocks are meeting. But then I'm also going to come in because I have those open seams. So I'll start by pinning where I have to first, and then the filler ones, working my way down. Status so far is 72 inches long. So you'll notice I have 2 rows of 4 blocks across the top, that whole little center section, and then 2 rows across the bottom under that panel. I originally was going to make 10 blocks to go on the left and right hand side, but I have a different idea. So I was originally going to make blocks and then, you know, use these fun little centers, but I'm actually just going to make 2/3 of a block. I'm going to make 10 incomplete blocks, right? Because it's supposed to have 2 pieces here. I don't want it to be a square quilt. So I'm going to omit this one side of the block. I'm going to come up with 10 that look like this, and I'm going to run 5 on each, you know, the left and the right hand side of the quilt to get it to be slightly larger. Right now it's at 48 by 72. So slight change of plans due to we're almost cutting it very, very close with these pieces. So these were going to be 2/3 of a block originally, right? Well, a full block had the strips here. I was going to do a 2/3, the center, and then only a strip here. I do not have enough of these pieces left. So considering I didn't do any math whatsoever, I am very happy with what is left. I'm very happy that I didn't run out, and I'm very happy with the final size of this quilt. So let me get these pieced into 2 columns and attached, and I'll show you guys the final product. So here is Big Blue coming in at 60 by 72. I am so pleased with how this quilt top has turned out. I can't thank you guys enough for the donations of your blue scraps. This is going to be so fun for any child who favorite color is blue. It's got big, bold, bright colors. It's got lots of images to search and find. All those different prints and designs give it some texture and movement. Thanks again for joining me.